Hello Patreon land, and welcome to my brand new Discord server. With many people moving away from Meta and all of the different things that I offer, I thought this would be the easiest way of consolidating things into one place. Big shout out to Kelly for teaching me how to use Discord so I could bring you all this new feature. Let's dive into a short little tour of the new server. My icon is a little cartoon of me on a rope hanging off of a moon. This is an art piece that my friend Jordan had commissioned for me, and I made all my profile pictures this so that it's easier to find me here. These are the categories on my new Discord server. Depending on the tier that you're in on my Patreon, you will have access to different categories, and they're all listed here. When you first find this Discord server, click on the very top category called Start Here. The little hashtags under each category that is a dropdown are called channels. I have a channel for welcome, and it talks about what my Patreon is and offers, and if you're already a subscriber, you know what that is. Then I have all the tiers and their perks outlined here as well. Next, I made a channel for introductions. I've introduced myself here, but you're welcome to drop a picture of yourself or a video and introduce yourself too. Tell all the other members where you're from and what apparatus you do. The next channel under Start Here is the announcements. This is where I'll post upcoming coffee talks and other events for y'all. The last channel in this category is the discount codes. This is where you'll find all the discount codes that you get by being a member of my Patreon. I have discount codes to both of my online rope courses, as well as my friend Shannon's ebook, Aerial Inversions for All. If you click on the Start Here category again, it'll take the drop down away, and you can move through each category that you have access to. I'll talk about them briefly here. If you're in the drift tier or above, you get access to sneak peeks. Under each category, I do have a little chat section so you can talk about that category. So we have the Cheeky Chat, the BTS, where I've linked all behind the scenes videos that are available so far in one YouTube playlist, and then the Peak, which is where I'll post early access things like acts or new courses that I offer. I do have a general chat category here for all members, and I've broken it down into multiple channels. So we have a random chat first, then we have a fur babies chat where we can all share our fur babies. Here's Gremlin when she was little. After that, I have a little training buddies chat in case y'all want to get to know each other and see who might want to train together on Zoom or in person. I also have a chat where you can share your goals, a chat where you can share things we talk about during coffee talk, or often we might say, oh, I'll share that link with you. This is a place where we can put them all. And then I have a general questions section. Here you can just ask me anything about a sequence or a tutorial or a course or anything that's upcoming. If you're in the Wave tier or above, you get access to my Zoom classes. Now, I'm not teaching the Zoom classes currently, but I have over 100 class recordings, and they're broken down here into the categories. If you remember, starting in the spring of 2020, when the world shut down, I started teaching these Zoom classes, and some of them were more popular than others, so there might be more or less. The classes are a doorway trapeze, which is a pull-up bar conditioning class, the lunch crunch, which is a 45-minute mat-based conditioning class, flex and burn, which is a 90-minute strength-based flexibility class, humble straps, which is conditioning on straps, a couple of yoga classes, and then purposeful Pilates, which is a mat class to support aerial practice. As a member of the Wave tier, you also get a movement prompt almost every Monday. Here, I made us some categories where I'll be putting all of the movement prompts. We have a chat about prompts in case you have questions or you want to share your insights. And then I made a little share category, or channel, sorry. And in the share channel is where you can share videos of the prompts that you're working through. The current tier and above gets instructional content. If you click on the tutorials category, I have a couple of channels here. Under Info, I talk about where the tutorials are. Currently, the tutorials for current tiers and above are hosted on Instagram at ce.current. I have a tutorial chat for us where you can ask me questions or talk about what you're working on. This tier also gets to request tutorials, so drop your requests here. I have a little help section where you can post videos or ask for help with tutorials that you're working on. And then I have a Training Insights channel in this tutorials category. Right now, this is linked to a YouTube playlist with all my Training Insights videos, which includes some mini classes, so be sure to check that out. In this tier, you also have access to the Ropeland tutorials. Although I have still been posting them on Instagram as well in multiple videos, there is also a YouTube playlist which you can find under Info. All of the Ropeland tutorials in their entirety are here. In this category, I also have a Ropeland chat where we can talk about all things Ropeland. I have a channel for questions, so if you're working on any of the skills, drop your questions here. Although I'm working through a specific curriculum in Ropeland, feel free to drop your requests here as well. Finally, I have a share channel for Ropeland, so if you're working on any of Ropeland, feel free to drop your videos here. In the category of private lessons, I have a number of channels. I have the rates and the options, so what I offer, and the rates for Patreon members. All members of Patreon already get discounted private lesson rates. And then the Cascade and the Tide tiers get discounts on additional private lessons, since those two tiers get a monthly private lesson already. In the availability channel, I'll post my monthly availability every time I open it up, which is usually 2 to 4 weeks in advance. I also have a lesson chat here where we can talk about anything related to private lessons, and a Find a Buddy chat. So if you'd like to split a private lesson with somebody, either in person or via Zoom, post it here. The very last category here is the rigging category. I did make this category available to everybody that is on my Patreon. Here, you can ask me rigging questions. I have a general rigging chat, as well as rigging videos. This is a playlist on YouTube that houses all of the rigging tips videos that I've created for y'all so far. The very last thing on the Patreon Discord is a voice chat lounge. You can kind of just pop in here, and if anyone else pops in, y'all can hang out, have a coffee talk, whatever. It's kind of like sitting on a virtual couch and just waiting to see who else is around. I wanted to give y'all a quick overview of how Discord works, because it can seem really overwhelming to switch to a new platform in the beginning, but this one truly is simple, super easy to find things, and really great for categorizing things. So I hope you like this move to Discord, and just let me know if you have any questions.